Hello, I'm Shayna Cole. Welcome to my channel. So I am new to this, so a little nervous, but hopefully over time I can work through my nerves. Because typically I'm usually camera shy, but I was moved in my spirits to come onto this platform and to just create a space where people that are highly sensitive and in tune with others' emotions, feelings, energy. I wanted to create a space where we can make room for them. I know there's so many channels out there. And at first I thought to myself, okay, you're gonna come onto a platform that already has so many other intuitives, empaths, and whatnot. Are you sure about that? Because won't your voice feel a little silent? So I had to pray about it. And I had to work through my nerves and come on and just say, so what? So what that there's hundreds and thousands other, or people that are out there that may be saying the same thing that you're saying, but they're not you. You are set apart and you're different from everyone else. You have your own footprints that are drawn in the sand. So work through your nerves, and it's gonna be uncomfortable or a little awkward in the beginning when you first come on, but over time, if you stick with it, you work those nerves out. So that's why I'm here. That's what I'm doing. So a little backstory really quick, and I'll probably get to more later on down the line as time goes on. Like I said, I was guided by who I call the divine source flowing through me and through dreams and so many synchronicities, and it was like, this is your time. Step out on faith. Stop holding yourself back. Stop being silent. Stop silencing your voice as you have allowed others to silence you throughout life, stemming from childhood. So for the longest, I never quite felt as though I had a voice. And when I did speak up for myself or someone else, it was always met with some type of backlash. So over the years, it just made me dim my light to the point that I lost all sense of purpose. Who am I? I'm following other people's advice, and they're saying go this direction with your life, and then inside of me it was like, no, you need to go this way, but always listening to other people around me and not listening to me, who I am as a person, as an individual, as a creative thoughtful person, empathic, loving, compassionate, and we could go on. I just started losing so much of me along the way. And eventually my heart became hardened. The person needs to smile all the time and give the best advice to others but won't take their own advice. I began losing pieces of me, or at least I felt as though I was losing pieces of me along the way, and looking for validation from the outside world. Until the past few years, really all my life, but even more the past few years, and even more, even recently, the past 3 years, through, so I'm gonna just say this and back it up. So God, divine source, I say divine source, divine source was basically like, you're pouring into so much into other people and you're not pouring into yourself, and your cup can soon become empty, where you're feeling depleted, burnt out. And at that time, I was so much of a workaholic, up until just recently, so much of a workaholic, just going, doing for others, pouring into other people, taking care of my children as a single parent. There was so much on my plate that I felt overwhelmed, burdened, depleted, not valued, unappreciated. And then I became pessimistic. And then so many people came into my lives along the way that I didn't know at that time until recently. I was taking everything that they were saying and internalizing it as my own. And I lost myself. And then the divine source has said one day, you need to slow down. You need to slow down. And then I listened for a moment, and then I kept going. And then repeating the same habits over and over again, to eventually it landed me in a hospital for 8 days. I was burnt out. And that was in like 2015. And after a few weeks, I slowed down a little bit, and I was back doing the same thing. Until 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, I got sick. What started out as pneumonia, or they thought it was pneumonia, come to find out it was not pneumonia. We're just still trying to figure out what is going on now, but it was a rare autoimmune disease. And battling that for the past 2 years, a disease that was attacking my lungs. And the second disease, that autoimmune disease, that's attacking my skin, which causes like painful wounds on my body. Until a couple of weeks ago, then I was notified that I had issues with my heart that stem from, it's been there all my life, so I was born with it. But unfortunately, it was undiagnosed and misdiagnosed for so long. And now it requires open heart surgery. And the reason why I'm sharing this in this moment is because throughout these past almost 3 years, I could have said, why me? I could have given up, because I would go through months of being in pain in my body, like excruciating pain every single day. I wake up in pain, I go to bed in pain. So going through those health challenges, instead, I was calm through it all. And I would wear a smile on my face and go to all my doctor appointments. And they were like, every time I go to a doctor appointment, they're like, you are going through so much with your health. But when you come in here, you have a smile on your face. And we feel for you. And I'm just like, basically at the time, what else could I possibly do? You know, there's no cure for what I have as of now. There's no cure. Eventually I just had to make peace with that. But what was happening underneath was a different story. And what was happening was I was making peace, and I took with myself, And I took the health journey that started out 2.5 years ago, and the physical pain that it was causing to my body, I took it and turned around or transmuted that into a spiritual healing, because I knew that this was God's way or divine source having me sit out again. And I was just like, okay, I did not listen the first time, so I'm listening this time. So I've been taking the pain that I endure and transmuting it in a healthy way, to fuel me, to go deep within, to learn how to reconnect and understand myself and what is my purpose. But then I prayed daily and I was meditating, and what ended up happening was just, I don't know, there's no words to really describe. It was just heaven-like. Shifting that mindset and taking the physical pain that I was going through, and rather than allowing it to consume me, I went inward to learn how to love me. And even recently, with finding out that I have this heart condition that requires open heart surgery, and according to doctors, there's no way around that. There's no medication for it. I just got the news 2 weeks ago, and I was already recovering from another surgery. And I end up just taking all this information and processing it, and learned how to, and started to go deeper within. And when I say deep within, I mean deep into my soul, and like my dreams are so vivid and became just that much more alive, and just, it was like the healing was happening internally within, and through my dreams, I would wake up and I had to write it down, and it would come to pass, and I had to go deeper and deeper and deeper within, and it just took me beyond levels like words cannot explain. I felt awakened. It felt familiar. It felt like I was connecting with a piece of me that it was so familiar, but it was so long ago. And when I tell you, I'm not sure who I'm speaking to right now, but there's someone out there that you have your own story, and you know your story better than anyone else. You may be going through things, anything, whether it's dealing with finances, dealing with, your job, whether it's dealing with your children, whether it's dealing with your family, whether it's dealing with friends, whatever it is, or just yourself, learning to love yourself. I'm here to tell you that it can happen. I'm here to tell you that it's possible. I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. My story goes deeper than that, but I'm not going to say it all right now. Just over time, I'll use this platform as a way to get pieces here and there. But I just wanted to give a quick backstory, because what else happened was I had this profound connection with the divine source who just awakened my soul that I've seen so many places that one can never imagine, like deeper levels, and just the beauty, just not of earth, not even just earth, just, it was other dimensions. And it was just this beautiful sacred space. And in that sacred space, I was able to connect not only with the divine source, not only free my ancestors from lineages, curses placed on the lineages, it ended with me. I felt that weeks ago. And through all of that and that transmuting the pain on top of external factors, on top of that, taking all of that and stepping into a space, a sacred space of love, of healing, of joy, of light. And the divine source flowed through me. So, oh my God, it was just like, oh, it was a flow. It felt like a blockage was removed, a heavy burden was removed, and peace and calmness came in. And I hear the voice, and I hear the voice right now, and it says, you have a mission. You have a calling on your life. The way that you were able to find yourselves and integrate the shadow with the light and come together and become whole, you are anew. You passed the test. That and the tests that you went through throughout your lifetime was make you whole so you could experience and you can learn and you can share that with the world and help them to experience and learn and connect with who they are to the core, their soul. Because what you need is not external in the world, it's internal. What you seek is not validation from the world, it's internal. And you can't fulfill that with material possessions nor money. That's not how the divine source operates. The divine source flows through you because the divine source is that energy that you feel that rises up from the bottom of your feet to the top of your crown. So I am here to have this sacred space for others who felt unheard, who felt as though they didn't matter, who was seeking love and validation on the outside, but truly the love and validation is on the inside. I am here to allow what the divine source gave to me to flow through me to others. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I'm speaking to someone on this other side. And I'm just here to say that you're next. The peace, the calmness, the love, the trust, the having faith, the interconnection that you can have within yourself is beyond possible. But it takes you answering that call. It takes you getting to know yourself for who you truly are to the core. And not allowing what's going on throughout your life in the present moment or in the past to define who you are to the core. You have a purpose, you have a calling. And I'm here to help you. So I'll be showing up. This was just wanted to be an introduction. I'll be showing up and allowing the divine source to flow through me, to speak, and also give a little bit more insight on this journey that I'm going on right now. And hopefully, prayerfully, this can impact you and others to wake up to your calling, to break away from societal norms, to break away from a system that has forever held us down and robbed us of our time and energy. And so you can then do some introspection, reflection, and then find out what makes you divine. So until next time, Have love in your heart, because that's where it all starts at, because the divine source is purely love, and wants to flow through you as well. And I'm praying and sending blessings out to everyone on the other side of this camera here, this videos. Just know that I love you and you are loved. You just have to know that. Until next time. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. And you know what? I was gonna say it's my prayer that we grow together as a family, but it's not my prayer. It is my prayer, but it's going to happen, because everyone who's in need will show up. Have a good day.